Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is Huey from Deconstruction Junction. This is our February tip of the month to pass New York State inspection if you have a large or small EVAP leak. This is a typical EVAP system in any vehicle, basically. What happens is the EVAP, once you start the vehicle, vacuum from the intake manifold goes through this line to the EVAP purge control valve, which then goes into your charcoal canister, which then goes through the water separator and into your fuel tank. What happens is a lot of people, especially Fords, I see this a lot in Fords, Mazdas, Hyundais, Toyotas, stuff like that. They'll get a code, an EVAP code, either a large or small leak they can't get rid of. They go to AutoZone, run the code. AutoZone sells them a $20 piece of garbage fuel cap that doesn't do anything. And there's probably a hole in the fuel return line, the fuel vent line, or one of the EVAP lines. And this can get real expensive. I mean, Jesus, you go to these shops around here, they'll charge you $199 to do a smoke test. It's literally 6 cents of fucking oil they put in a machine that pumps that burnt oil smoke through a line that then shows you where the leak is. Well, I'm going to tell you how you can pass that without doing any work whatsoever to your EVAP system so you can pass inspection. A little known thing, some people know it and some people don't. When your fuel tank is below 15% or above 85% full, the PCM will not command the EVAP to test, because if it's too low, there's too much pressure in the tank and it can overload the EVAP canister. And if it's too high, same thing, but it'll put gas, like raw fuel, into your EVAP canister, which is a very bad thing. So if it's below 15% or above 85%, when you first start your car, that's when you get the EVAP code. Immediately within 5 or 8 minutes of starting the car, that's when your EVAP code pops up. And you're above 85% on your fuel or below 15, it won't run it. So you'll pass, and you'll pass forever as long as you keep it that way. But in our instance, we just want to pass New York State inspection. Disconnect your battery or go to AutoZone. A lot of AutoZones or advanced autos won't even reset your PCM anymore. Reset your PCM after you fill the tank, and I'm going to give you a case in point. A woman I know has a 2011 Hyundai, I think it's a Santa Fe or whatever, SUV. She couldn't get it to pass because of an EVAP code. I told her, either keep the tank full or keep it empty. I don't recommend empty. It's too much of a pain in the ass constantly filling your car. And if you go a hair over 15 or 25%, it'll run the test and then you'll automatically get a check engine light. But if you keep it full, like all the way to the top, don't come off at full, the F in full more than an eighth of an inch if you can help it, it'll never run the test. Well, she's been having, for a year, this woman works at the reservation gas station in Lewiston, New York. For a year, she's been having the same on and off check engine light over an EVAP thing, and she's overdue on her inspection, and I said, do this. And it could be 25%, below 25%, or above 75%, but just to be safe, I say 15 and 85%. That's Billy Bison. You do that, and then reset your PCM, and as long as you keep the fuel above 85% and below 15%, drive it 50 miles, and it will clear that EVAP code. Even though, obviously you reset the PCM, so the code's cleared, you're still going to have to drive it to set the other monitors, your oxygen sensor monitors, your mass airflow, all that. But it will pass the EVAP canister codes or the EVAP purge codes because it won't run the test. That is a normal incidental thing in day-to-day life. So the PCM accounted for that so it doesn't overflow your EVAP canister, your charcoal canister with fuel. So that's my tip of the week. If you have an EVAP code that you can't get rid of, small or large leak, fill the tank or keep it near empty, above 85 or below 15%. Reset the PCM and drive it, and don't let it get above or below 85 or above 15%, and you'll pass New York State inspection. It's Huey from Deconstruction Junction. Y'all have a great week.